Indiana in the morning, it's WCCS. It's 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. IUP men's basketball coach Joe Lombardi is in the studio with us this morning. Happy to have Coach again with us. Our visit presented by Marcus and Mack, voted best law firm and best personal injury lawyer 4 years in a row in the Best of Indiana County contest. Visit them online at marcusandmack.com. Coach, good morning.
Good morning, Todd. Great day to Indiana County.
Yeah, absolutely is. It's a beautiful day today. It's going to be a couple of beautiful days. Tell you what, beautiful day tomorrow to head on out to the KCAC, huh?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
We're excited. We have Gannon coming in and ranked 5th in the country. And so we came out this week. We were ranked 24th, but stubbed our toe there. So
Yeah, that happens.
against Cal. But proud of the guys. Won 20 games this year, and they've had a very successful year. And just looking forward to Saturday's senior night. It's going to be very emotional. We got 5 guys. They're all special in their own way.
Yeah.
2 of them been with me 5 years, so I'm not going to get too many of those anymore. The landscape of college basketball. So Dallas Dillard and Demir Brooks. So that's when you have a game like that, when you have kids that you're attached to like that, and have seen grown into young, quality young men, the game becomes secondary almost. Okay, it's just the gratitude of having gone through the process and bringing it to a conclusion is the real reward.
I bet you there are times, because it's this way with me with the high school kids that I deal with so much. I think back to when I first met them as youngsters and try to remember those first impressions, because the kid you meet who's a 9th grader is not the same kid you're talking to when that child is a senior, and it's got to be that way with college players too.
Yeah, and you really hope, as a coach, you really hope that you can pour into them and love on them and help them become something. Not what you want them to become, but what they want to become. And I think they all come in striving for an identity that's maybe outside of basketball also. That's very important to them. But the real mission and the real purpose in this job, Todd, is to help them grow and become somebody that when they leave here, they could. There's a lot of pride in how they've grown as men.
Yeah. Well, you had Faith Night the other night. And you said Dallas was one of the speakers that was there. That's always a special night, isn't it?
Absolutely. We have 5 or 6 young student athletes speak to their faith and how Jesus Christ has made a positive impact in their lives, and how sometimes things that don't go well. Dallas's injury, okay, he saw no good in that at the time, and the recovery and all the work that he had to put in to come back, okay, but. There was good hidden in there, because the good was that he got to be and have the best senior year that one could ever hope for as a player, and then also growing his faith. He was baptized this past spring, and I think that growth in faith and that stability and the young man he's become has a lot to do with him having to go through trials and finding good on the other side of that.
Yeah. Yeah, life doesn't go as we plan. It's something, the old saying, if you want to make God laugh, tell him your plans.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so Faith Night happened, and tomorrow it's a big day for both the men's and women's teams against Gannon, and then you move into the state tournament. You played Gannon once already this season. Obviously, they're very, very good.
Yeah.
What are the challenges they throw at you?
They're better than very good. Okay. They're a juggernaut. First of all, congrats to the women's program. Okay, they've had a fabulous year.
Yeah.
And they have a big challenge in front of them tomorrow. So Craig's Coach Carey's done a wonderful job since he's been there, and then the challenges Gannon's face. How much time do we have? No, they press. They build the tempo. I think in the last 6 games, they're averaging about 110 points a game. And their winning margin's been by 30, okay? So I don't want to watch too much film because I won't sleep, okay? But, But it's a big challenge. It's a big challenge. Our guys are excited to meet it and excited to do it together as a unit. They rebound the ball well too. They play with the highest energy and effort that any team will play against, and you have to try to match that energy and effort. They run a lot of people in, so they play a lot more guys. So we're going to have to try to keep up that energy and effort level over the time, and they get you when you take a half step off, running back, and just they're a little bit tired to rebound and fatigue. We're going to have to fight fatigue, but we talked that about a lot over the course of the year. You can't really be the play hard team if you can't get through fatigue, and a lot of it is so obviously it's physical, but then a lot of it becomes mental too.
Energy, you mentioned energy as one of the key elements of Gannon's game. You can actually, since it's a home game at the KCAC, you could feed a little bit off the energy of the crowd. Got to have people show up to watch this tonight, and why wouldn't you, or tomorrow? Why wouldn't you?
Yeah, absolutely. We'd love to have the best crowd of the year there tomorrow, and to see if you love live sports, to see a real high level Division II basketball game, this time of the year, I know the high school is going great, and you've been doing a lot of those games, Todd, but we've had a lot of successful teams in this area, and that atmosphere is tremendous, and, we hope we can have an atmosphere that makes a little bit of a difference, that does give our guys some energy tomorrow.
Yeah. I mean, you get into the KCAC, and we were just there for the Heritage Conference Championships a couple of weeks ago. The popcorn starts going. And once you smell that popcorn and you hear the ball bouncing a couple of times, then you can get into it really quick at the KCAC. That place can fill up and just, the crowd can take over portions of that game.
Yes, it can. Yes, it can. We don't have with the school being a lot smaller, we don't have the crowds and the students that maybe we used to. And then with social media, everybody has something going on. And it's not the same vibe that maybe 10 years ago. But, hopefully we can create a vibe that has an impact on the game. And we're just grateful to play. It's a beautiful arena. I've been blessed to coach there since its inception. And thankful for the support that President Driscoll and Todd Garzarelli give us in our program in order to compete at a high level. So there's a certain amount of gratitude. And that's what senior night brings around too, Todd. I think just gratitude for the effort that these guys have put in.
Yeah.
And believing in the journey and believing in the process and just doing it daily, putting one foot in front of the other and seeing people come together. The journey makes you one, Todd. When you go through stuff together with people and good highs and lows, there's something that you become bonded or grafted together a little bit.
Yeah, I think a big measure of that is the fact that so many of your guys they're coming back all the time. Whether they're stopping by for a game, maybe 2 games, or they're getting together with a bunch of their former teammates, and you get to see those guys, and sometimes they come with their families and bring the kids with them. That's got to be great.
Yeah. I guess it was a shot at me getting older, Todd. Sometimes they come with their families, their grandkids. No.
Yeah.
It's wonderful. And it's been a real blessing and a joy to have Armani Foster work with us this year, and expect him back again with us next year as a volunteer. But he's committed. He wants to make this a profession, so he's paying his dues, to do that. But just to see his and for the players to see his love for the program and to remind them of how fortunate they are, not because it's not because basketball program, but because just to be at a place like IUP and live in this community.
Yeah. I bet your young guards, if they get to work a little bit against Armani, that'll make them grow up pretty quick too, won't it?
For sure. He can still go.
Yeah.
He can still play.
Absolutely. All right, so you've got Gannon happening tomorrow at the KCAC. Then you move into the PSAC tournament.
Right.
And you'll play Monday, right?
Yeah, we play also again on Monday, and it'll probably be a 7:00 game. I'm not sure on that, but you have to check. But Monday we'll play in the first round of the PSACs, and if we're able to win that, then we have to try. They've mixed up the format a little bit. Then we would travel out east to play the second seed, because we'd be the winner of the 3-6 game then, if that takes place. But this game's important, but it's Monday's important. They're all big right now, and it's a fun time of the year. The work's been put in. The horse is ready for battle. We'll let God determine the outcome.
Yeah. And after that comes the Atlantic region, and it just rolls on. The college basketball, it seems to go. We think back, it was a couple of months ago, we were at the Memorial Fieldhouse, and the season was just getting underway. And it's one of those things that it's like, wow, the January season just seems to slog on, and you move into February finally, and it's going so slowly, and it's such a challenge. And then you say, man, that was quick.
Absolutely. How can something be so long and tedious and yet so quick? Yeah, it's been if you look back 4, 5, 6, it's almost a 7-month journey that the basketball season is. You start working out and training, actually in August when school starts, and then start practicing early October, and so it's a great ride. It could be tiring at times, okay, because there's a lot of emotion involved. It's just not the work and the hours that you put in, but there's a lot of weekends, a lot of emotions, a lot of ups and downs with individuals. Okay, it's these guys are not robots. Everybody, there's a tendency at all levels of sports, they expect them to perform, consistently and be the same all the time. They have things going on in their lives, family lives, academic stuff, and a lot of emotions come into play, success and failures, and we try to eliminate some of the pressures that are on some of these young people in athletics, and making sure that they have a certain balance in their lives.
Yeah, you stop and think, these are people becoming young men, young ladies at their schools, and they've got tests to do. Some of them are developing family relationships, and all of those things. Life happens whether you're playing well or not, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. It does. And the light, especially with social media, I think the light ends up shining a little brighter on them. And as you probably know, there's never a shortage of critics out there. We might have a shortage of people that praise, but there's never a shortage of critics. There's always someone that wants to. Unfortunately, there are people out there that want to put others down. I'll just put it that way, okay? And that, and we're all guilty of that at some point. I'm not pointing my finger at anybody else with that. It's just we'd like to evaluate and be critical and second guess coaches. That's fine, okay? Because I'm guessing on the first time around, so you're welcome to second guess. But sometimes it gets carried away, and more so even at the higher levels of the young men get criticized a lot, and so you try to work through that. But again, it's a blessing, and we're grateful for the opportunity. And thanks, appreciate you having us on today to be give a little announcement to what's going on the next couple of days.
Yeah, it's going to be a special time. If you ever want to feel criticism, just put on a stripy shirt and a whistle, and walk onto the floor at the KCAC.
And you can get yelled at, right? It's legal to get yelled at. Okay, you could. I can't do that at home, Todd. Okay. All right.
Big weekend at the KCAC. IUP Gannon tomorrow. Women first, men to follow. PSAC playoffs right after that, and you're rolling, man. This is the time of the year for you.
Yeah, that's 3:00 again. The men's game tomorrow, Todd.
Good shape, Coach Joe Lombardi. Thank you.
Have a good.
It is the voice of Indiana County. It's WCCS 101.1 FM, AM 1160, WCCSradio.com. Fox News top of the hour coming up a couple of moments away. Josh is with us from the WCCS newsroom. Let's get today's tax tip brought to you by Hesse Marino.